back. Those of you that are returning, welcome back. Those of you that are new, welcome to my platform. My name is Astrea Love, and I'm going to be doing a reading for you guys today. So I hope you guys have had a good day. Please know that my readings are timeless. So whenever you get to this message or this reading, this video, there is going to be messages in here for you, okay? So you guys just need to be using your best discernment when listening to these readings. Really important. So I'm going to talk about 2 books before we get started. The links to these books are in the description box below, just an FYI. But the first book is called The Truth of God by Michael Stedman. This book has helped me change my life. I've always been psychic. I'll always tell you guys that. But I was stuck in the psychic realm the majority of my life, having crazy astral experiences and extraterrestrial experiences and just other experiences, and I felt trapped. Okay, it felt like being psychic was a trap. When I came across this book, and it's an intuitive workbook that helps you gain power and access to your higher self. The 3 really important techniques that are in it that really help me get unstuck and untrapped are: first, the God technique, which helps you raise out of your lower self ego into your higher self God, so that you're looking out through the eyes of Source, able to see everything from a higher picture and from a space of love, joy, and peace. The second, and so that is like a game changer, okay? It's like it transcends the ego. Let's just say that. So that's the first technique that literally saved my life. Okay, many times where I've been like I have so many stories, just so many stories about spiritual experiences where I've had to use these techniques. I use these techniques on a day-to-day basis. The second one is the joy versus anger technique. That technique helps you develop an intuition so that you can ask yes and no questions with God and have that connection open and receive immediate answers. So you're not having to say a prayer, wait for a sign, look for an angel number, anything like that. And then the third technique is the mind technique, and that gives you the ability to question the mind and what thoughts you're thinking so that you don't continue to create the same experiences or pull the same experiences in. Because we're all creating our realities with our thoughts and our beliefs. Just most of us, well, everybody that's a human is creating 97% with the subconscious mind. Okay, so I just opened it. And I'm going to read this one part that's in caps. It says, the scope of God, you consciousness, is infinite. All of your creations are particles of consciousness within your God mind. Your creation is never outside of yourself. It is always here and now within you, God. Just like the human you closed your eyes and imagined all of this with the conscious mind. Okay? So, this talks about meditation. Oh yeah, have I reminded you that you are God having this experience, not an extension or a part of God. You are God, not existing in the fullness, but God nonetheless. Then the space between the word technique. Focus on what brings you joy and gratitude, feeling meditation, prayer, cleaning out the temple, physical health, cleansing the emotions. It's all about frequency, creating your own reality, tools to creating a positive reality, the spiritual bank. All manifestation starts as thought. Future, past, and live in the now. Why don't I feel like God? All of these are I'm just going through. What are we creating? What are we choosing? Expectations and control. Beliefs colorize our creation. You are not the body. The purpose of life. Keeping the positive flow. A perspective of God. And then intuitive techniques, how to be clear. Forward and backward, muscle testing, pendulum, intuitive feeling method, joy versus anger, the 1 to 10 method. These are all methods that I use all the time when I do my readings. Advanced techniques, understanding, gratitude, compassion, and unconditional love. The mind technique. You don't have to be psychic to use this book. That's literally the last chapter in the book. You don't have to be psychic. So I suggest that those of you that are really wanting to fast track your spiritual journey, get this book. It's going to change your life, okay? Just like this picture is drawing you in, this book literally will change your life. I know, because I've seen more people, like, let's just say a collective of people have their lives changed with this book, okay? And the things that are in it are, it's a teenager could read this. Somebody in grade school could read this. Literally, the way that it's stated is the way that I think. So when I came across this information, I was like, oh my gosh, I've thought all of these things before and just not said them out loud. So the second book I'm going to talk about is Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. And this is the book that I wrote. It's got different tarot card spreads for the major arcana cards and then spells or manifestation techniques, however you want to look at that. So I just opened it to the Mystery Temple of the High Priestess. Okay, I'm going to read one of the random positions. Position 2, Boaz, Pillar of Strength. This card position shows where your roots come from and how deeply connected you are with your reality. This card can reveal core strengths, positive attributes, core values, morals, beliefs, and what pushes your physical drive to strive for what you want in your life. If you are resilient, that will be revealed to you here. Where there needs to be more strength in your character and life, the card that you pull for this position can show that to you. If you pull the strength card for this position, you will know that it is a double confirmation in relation to the energies of the strength in this pillar. Okay, I'll read position 3 as well. The High Priestess. This card position shows how adept you are to spiritual practice and the workings of magic. What level of mastery and divine education have you recently achieved? If you have an upgrade or level up coming, the card that you pull for this position can show you a spectacular ascent. This card will give clues to your divine feminine nature and higher self. How in tune are you with your inner goddess? When do you allow yourself to be the feminine energy in your life, and when do you allow yourself to be masculine? Is there any guidance or divine power that is going to be passed down through your spiritual generation? That may come through the card that you pull for this position. If you pull the High Priestess card for this position, you will know that it is a double confirmation for you. Also, if the card that you pull is a yes answer card, that will also let you know, then you will also know that you are compatible and integrated with your higher divine femininity. Okay, now I just skipped to the Emperor tarot card spell is to obtain powers. So yeah, I'm the emperor of my own life. I call my power to me and dominate all strife. And this little spell, you'll basically draw a picture of yourself as the emperor. Okay, so what the deck that you need to use this book is called the Original Rider-Waite, RYDERWAITE, I believe. Is the Original Rider-Waite deck. I suggest you guys get the one that is like this, that has the words on it. When you're learning to read cards for yourself, it can be so confusing when you're trying to read your own cards because you're wanting to see a certain situation come out through the cards. And if it doesn't come out, you'll be looking for that and not looking for what's actually there. So this book gives you the ability to learn the tarot and integrate the spells, help you to integrate the archetype energy of the major arcana cards, okay, which are the major transitions, like the Lovers, the Death, the Moon, the Star, the Sun. All of those are the major arcana cards. The Death, yeah, I think I said Death, Emperor, Empress, the Fool. So those are the major arcana cards, just to let y'all know. And then in the back of the book, I have made like a compendium of knowledge for those of you that, you know, when you're pulling cards for yourself, if you were to pull a couple of major arcana cards out one after the other, it would mean a certain thing. So in the back, I'm just going to start reading randomly, but let's see. If you pull the Chariot in the reverse, it could indicate that you are dealing with crooked, corrupt police officers. It can also mean that you are being illegally surveillanced by the authorities. If you pull the Chariot with the Justice card, it could indicate that the justice system may be involved. If you pull the Chariot and then pull the Empress in the reverse, it could indicate that DCFS or Child Protective Services may be involved. If you pull the Chariot card and then pull the Devil card, it could indicate that an officer of law is possessed or under the influence of demons. If you pull the Chariot, then the Eight of Swords card, it could indicate that someone will be going to jail or prison in the future, especially if they stay on the same path. So again, and for each of the major arcana cards, I have the different card combinations just so that when you do pull the cards out and you get the major arcana cards coming out one after another, you can know what that could possibly mean. And then of course, use your intuition. If you get the truth of God first, develop the joy versus anger and the intuitive feeling method and do the God technique and the mind technique, when you go to do the Visago tarot card spreads and spells, you're going to have an amazing experience because you're going to be able to see what you already see in the cards and then ask additional questions and get yes and no answers. So you could be writing all of this stuff down in your journal. What I suggest you guys do when you do get the Visago tarot card spreads and spells, get the Original Rider-Waite tarot deck. I would say with the descriptions on them, and it's fairly cheap, you guys. It's like really this little amount of money that you invest into yourself is going to skyrocket your spiritual journey. It helps you understand so many things about your life and what's going on. And that way, if you are in a tough jam, you can literally get the cards out, meditate, pray, do the God technique, and then do yourself a reading, take a picture of it, write down everything you see at that moment, because when you come back to it later, you're going to see twice the amount of things. You can read. You can read. You guys can read. I know you can. You wouldn't be able to type if you can't read. Okay. So anyways, so I hope everybody has had an awesome day. Make sure that you watch all of the readings on both of the platforms. I have another platform called the Psychic Tarot Angel Oracle, where I do similar like readings. Okay. I work with the tarot and I work with the Oracle system over there. So yeah, each reading is going to hold an Easter egg of knowledge for you to decode for your spiritual journey, so that you can, you know, gain and tap into your abilities, tap into your power, and start using your gifts and start being your highest potential self. So that is what I suggest you guys do. Take advantage of the help while it is here, okay? But yeah, take advantage of the help while it's here. Oh, if any of you have any personal questions, you can always send me a $20 super chat and I'll pause the collective reading and then I will answer your question. Okay. That's another way that I've made myself available to you guys. Thank you guys for all of your donations, your supports, your likes of the video. It's so important that you guys like the video. That lets the algorithm know this content is worth being seen, that these messages are worth being heard. And I definitely feel like they are. And so, yeah, if you guys feel comfortable with sharing the platform, share the platform. When you guys get a reading from me and you get my personal help, tell your relatives, tell people that would also need assistance. The more people that we can get to opening up to God and the Holy Spirit and to the divine, their higher self, their soul, the more people that we can get, just how the devil's doing stupid shit, like trying to pull people off their path. We're trying to pull people on their path, like just help them, you know, be assisted. So the more people that we reach, the better. All right. And thank you guys for all of your support, your likes, your shares, your subscribes, your donations. I really appreciate it. Okay. So we're going to get into the prayer now. We're calling upon the Most High God and the Holy Spirit. Let's get the likes up, you guys. I truly believe in you. I know you can like the video. It's not going to hurt you at all. It's like one tap of the screen. So we are calling upon the Most High God and the Holy Spirit, Jesus Christ, the Ascended Masters. We're also calling upon the Ophanim, the Galactic Federation, Love, Light, and our spiritual team of highest light and resonance, including our spirit guides and our guardian angels and the archangels. And we're asking that all of them put a protective shield around us, keeping us safe from all harm. We just would like to say thank you, God, for everything that you've done. Please reveal the highest truth, the highest knowledge, and the highest wisdom to me and my collective, and please assist us in making good choices and guiding us towards our highest path. Thank you for everything that you've done. Thank you for prospering me. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for supporting me. And thank you for healing the sick and creating miracles for the poor. Thank you for helping the collective. And thank you for keeping us safe from poverty, despair, destruction, and all of the destructive forces that could have come into our lives had you not been protecting us. All glory, honor, and worship and praise goes to the Most High, our highest self, source, that joy, love, and peace of the universe. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you. We love you, we love you, we love you. Times infinity. Amen. Okay, so by watching my videos, you guys are agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. If I talk about anything in the realms of health or legal or counseling, then follow up with a professional in the field of that advice, because I do not claim to be a professional in the medical field. I'm literally just a prophet, psychic, whatever you want to call it, intuitive person. So, oh, and don't bully me. Don't bully anybody in the chat. Don't bully anybody in the comments. Okay. We'll get you reported and banned really quick. No condemning anybody to hell or death or whatever the fuck nonsense that people are picking up out of the Bible. Okay. As far as I am concerned, the Bible was written by men. Some of them betrayed Jesus and denied Jesus, first of all. Then they went to go writing a gospel afterwards. So I don't want to hear it. Okay. It's a man-made construct, and they left out the book of Enoch, was probably like one of the most important books that should have been included in the Bible. But yeah, left out a lot of texts. And so nobody is condemned to hell. Nobody is condemned to die. The fact that we're alive will obviously pass away one day, but we're not condemning anybody. Everybody's allowed to have their own opinion. And it's nobody else's job to be telling somebody else to repent. It's usually the people that are saying that shit that need to repent for something. Because again, the people that follow Jesus didn't go to church. Jesus didn't read a Bible. Jesus didn't even write. Jesus had a personal relationship with God, which is what we're creating here. Okay. So, how are you guys doing? I feel like you guys are doing really good. I feel like, you know, if you had been in a low energy the past couple of days, I feel like it's getting better. Yeah, that's what I'm picking up on. You know what? I totally got you with the ADHD. That's something that I have too. It's a bitch. It really is. But at the same time, I think that some people that have ADHD and other things, I feel like usually those people are really gifted. We're tapped into something that's higher dimensional. That's for sure. Frozen Tostino sausage pizza with the dog. Oh, awesome. I love it. That sounds so good. I had frozen pizza yesterday. It's delicious. Wow, the 10 of Swords and the reverse. So I was picking up for you guys that somebody wants you to feel guilty about saying no, but more power to you for saying no. Seriously. Sometimes you just have to tell people no. When they're on the dumb shit, you just have to be like, no, not today. You know, there's a saying, I don't know where it came from, but people will say, not today, Satan, not today. The 10 of Swords in the reverse. Somebody is not facing their problems, okay? Whoever this person is, they want you to feel bad for not taking on whatever drama they're going through. I just saw somebody giving birth. I don't know if somebody is pregnant and going to be having a baby soon. This is talking about how this person's issues are not going to go away on their own, okay? Obviously, do problems ever go away on their own? No. We have to go within and heal or release a thought or belief that caused that problem for things to be able to heal. This person is going to need courage to overcome their issues, point blank period. A long period of trouble and suffering, a long period, will eventually end for this person with hard work, though. Not with stealing, not with thieving, not with lying, not with cheating, but with hard work, okay? I just had to put that out there because some people are like, oh yeah, this hard time, it's going to be over. I'm going to steal from so-and-so. And it's no, sir, ma'am, it, they, them. Theft is not, I mean, people can be a thief as a job, but like that's not a professional job. That is a scamming crookster, whatever. It's a bad job, all right? It's got bad karma attached to it. Now, I'm not dissing anybody that steals to feed themselves, but I am talking about literally people trying to steal spiritually and steal things from other people. Like, stop it, okay? People need to stop. This person's experiencing some type of stagnation. They can't really move forward, and they don't know why. They're in an intellectual rut. This person has been in an intellectual rut for years, okay? Years. It says, like, look for ways to stretch your imagination. The answer to your problem is inside you. First of all, the answer to everybody's problem is inside of them. However, this person, they don't want to go within. They're already thinking like a victim or a martyr, and that is probably not the way to think. Because I feel like this person, they could go within and solve whatever issue they've been trying to bring up with you. But instead of doing that, it's like they just want to keep mouthing off. Okay, so this person is not in control of what they say. All right, I don't know what speaks through them, but it's not human. This person is not in control of what they say. I don't know if they go into speaking tongues randomly or whatever this is, but they're not in control of themselves. 8 of Swords. Literally, the entrapment, jail, prison. The 8 of Swords is about jail. These people are, all right, they're overwhelmed, you guys. This person is overwhelmed because they're being forced into living by somebody else's rules. Maybe this person doesn't want to pay rent and they live with their mom. I don't know what it is, but it's something that this person could definitely do to help themselves. They just don't want to. All right. This is somebody getting dominated. Literally, domination. I feel like whoever this person is, they're bringing this on themselves. Yeah, they feel trapped in that there's no way out. There is a way out. It's called hard work. What is wrong with these people, you guys? Hey, welcome everybody coming into the chat. I love you. Thank you for spending time with me, and thank you for spending time with God. Literally, these people, if they would just apply themselves, like, I don't even get that this person is incompetent. They're ignorant, but they're not incompetent. They're dumb, okay? They're stupid to something. They're stupid to themselves, but they're not incompetent. I feel like this person could easily go get a job, go do some work instead of just laying around on the couch all day. That's what I'm getting is like, and I don't like to use the word couch potato, but I am getting somebody that's just glued to the couch, and they're glued to their phone. And I get that we all use our phones, but this is like somebody that is dead set on stealing and thieving and cheating and shit like that. And they want to get away with a bunch of things that they're not getting away with. This person could have literally committed a crime, and now they're having to go into jail for that. It could be spiritual jail or physical jail. Knight of Pentacles. Because there is somebody that's bringing this person a problem. Since they want it to be a problem to you, this person is going to be burdened with a problem, point blank, period. The Knight of Pentacles is somebody that keeps their word. The Knight of Pentacles is somebody that can be basically, you can trust this person to come in and do a job when it needs to be done, but you can't trust them to stay, okay? This is like, this person is coming in to bring this other person a problem. This Knight of Pentacles could be very financially successful. And I also get that this person, maybe a long time ago, they could have been, let's get the likes of you guys. We got 24 people watching and 10 likes on the video. I know you can like the video. I know you like what you're seeing. All right. Who would not want to see success and love and joy? Okay. You guys are getting the answers to a major problem right now. And this problem has been brewing in the background. It's been something that's just been sitting back in the background. Could be an unconscious thing that's going on. But this person, when they started out their career, okay, of being a thief, they were in the energy of the Knight of Pentacles. They could come in really quick, do a job, and get it done with. But now this person is like not able to do that anymore. They're not able to come in and steal whenever they get ready. Okay. And so they're no longer a Knight of Pentacles. So I was wondering if this had to do with selling substances. Maybe this person is a substance seller. Or something like that. A mule, something like that, I get that this person, that could be one reason they're always glued to the couch, is because they're on something. And it's not something that they should be on. This person should be working on themselves. Yeah, like, I get that this person a long time ago was financially successful. So there could be something about sex magic here. Maybe that's what this person's doing on the couch, because I keep being shown some scraggly ass person that won't brush their teeth or brush their hair or take a shower or anything that a normal person would do during the day or just in life in general. And I don't know who keeps tolerating this person, but I'm kind of wondering, let me just ask, why are they even coming up in the reading? Because you're protected from this person. Ace of Swords. The Ace cards are better than the 10 cards because it means that you're protected by God. See that hand coming out of like nowhere? That's God. That's God protecting your crown chakra, and also your crown, like your authority, your life, basically your destiny, your fate, your hope for the future. You are protected, you guys. You're divinely protected. And this person is just upset about that. Like, they thought that they were going to be able to, they thought if they could trick you into allowing them to come back in, that they would just be laying on your couch. This person is sorely mistaken. You do not want them laying on your freaking couch. Just how this person is like, they're inert or something's wrong with them. Like, literally something is wrong with this person. They want something to be wrong with you. No. You're protected from this person divinely. You guys could be getting a new job. You could be persevering. The Year of the Fire Horse. Okay, I'm just going to look it up, but I think that the horse has to do with perseverance. Okay, the 2026 year of the fire horse. And again, my readings are timeless, but we are talking about this current energy. So if you're watching this in the future, there was an energy at this time that was being sent out that you need to be aware of. Beginning from February 17th to 2026, it's a rare 60-year cycle event in the Chinese zodiac, symbolizing intense passion and rapid transformation. This period promises bold, fast-moving progress in careers and life, but it also risks instability and burnout, requiring strategic action. This person's in burnout. I can already tell you that right now. They're burnt out. From stealing from everybody, this person is exhausted from being wicked. Yeah, adaptability and emotional balance, dynamic energy, the combination of fire and the horse, high passion, independence, and a desire to take risks for freedom. Known for running fast, this year demands quick decision making and breaking away from old stagnant patterns. Let's see. It says it's going to feature significant advancements in technology and societal shifts. The immense energy can lead to volatility. Experts advise maintaining deliberate patience to avoid burnout and reckless mistakes. While traditionally viewed with caution in some Asian cultures due to the extreme volatility, the year is seen as a time of immense opportunity, which is a good thing. Career and finance, high potential for rapid success and innovation, particularly for those willing to take calculated risks. Again, that's calculated risks. Personal growth, a time for pursuing long-held dreams and stepping into authentic leadership roles. Ding, ding, ding. That right there, I get a big hit on that energy right there. I also get a big hit on this well-being energy. Focus on balancing a past life with self-care to manage the intense, sometimes exhausting energy. Running hot. Your system could be running hot. Like I was like literally like wanted to turn off the fan for this room, and then the battery was dead, so we had to go get more batteries. I ended up turning the fan off, and then I wanted it right back on because I felt too hot. So that's definitely a sign. There's a reason for that. If you guys are going through like that type of energy where you're feeling just hot, like you're running hot inside, that's definitely a sign. I get that you guys are divinely protected. You're also physically protected, okay, from this person. You're also, okay, I just seen something else. You guys are also protected from any other type of, I don't know if this is gang violence or police shooting or whatever, but you guys are protected in a way that there's a perimeter around you. Yeah, you're going to be able to persevere during this period, even if you feel like your energy's been brought really low. Let's get the likes up, you guys. It really helps the platform. Please like the video. Please, please, and thank you. Two of Swords. These people are blocked. There's no changes coming for them. This person that was stealing from you, that was working so hard to steal from you, they're blocked. They can't do any more sex magic either. The era of just doing some yanking the snake, weird shit, spanking the monkey, and then getting energy off of you, that is over. What was I just talking about? And these two cards fly out. The Knight of Wands, the very sexual energy, blocked, blocked, and then the Justice. You're getting justice. You're getting justice because of all of last year. What was last year? What was it? Was it the dragon last year? Let's see. What was the Chinese zodiac of 2025? The snake. Surprise, surprise. The year of the snake. So there was a reason I said yanking the snake. That's hilarious. In the year of the snake, this person was able to just get energy off of you by doing what I was just talking about. Okay, that's what they were doing. Sex magic type thing. Probably not with anybody else because this person's disgusting, but they do live with somebody else. Okay, what else do we need to know? That this overly sexual weirdo, Page of Swords, was trying to spy on you with this overly the thing is that you guys are not lustful energies. I don't pick that up from you at all. You guys probably enjoy sex and sexual things, but you're not driven and controlled and manipulated by lust, okay? Like some people are. Some people, lust is like their entire life, okay? The Page of Swords is like spying, watching, stalking, being invasive, being annoying, okay? And this energy of being a pestilence to you, you're getting justice for it. You guys are receiving justice. There is no more just trying to remote view you and see you. I get that there could be two different men that were doing this. No, they do not know each other. Okay? There's two different men that are blocked and are going into spiritual jail for trying to energy harvest off of you and trying to pull energy from you. Point blank, period. When you call your power and your energy back to you, it leaves these people that don't have energy at all, because again, stagnation, that's the lack of energy. It pulls the energy away from them that they were using that was yours, which was unjust anyways. So you got to look at it this way. The universe creating justice for you, it may not come through you having to go through the justice system to get it, which is a good thing. But it's going to happen, basically. You're getting justice no matter what, because this person was doing something that was super unjust. And were they aware of it? Yes. This person was actually taught. I think I need to pop my ears. Yeah, I did. My God, I could not freaking hear myself. This person was thinking that they were going to get away with putting a 10 of Wands burden on you for no reason. Like literally, because this person is burdened. They're carrying a 10 of Wands. They feel foolish. This person's dumb. They're burdened. They feel like life never gives them a break. They're over here sitting on someone else's couch, being a couch freaking, they might as well just turn into a decorative pillow, literally, because they're not going to leave the couch. I don't know how this person can actually believe that life has been hard to them. What the hell is wrong with them? That you not letting this person live on your couch anymore is making life hard for them, and you need to be punished for that. No, this person is still in love with you. They still want to have sex with you. They're still attracted with you, or they want a destiny swap with you, point blank, period. They want something from you that you're not going to give to them, and they're pissed. Yeah, they want your sexual energy, and they want to know who you're dating, who you're with, what you're doing, who you're hanging out with, where you're going, all of these things that are completely none of this person's business. 7 of Cups, because they're living in delusion land, thinking that they can still come back and live on your couch. This person is literally couch surfing from one couch to another. Pathetic. You need to heal wherever you drew this person in, because they're annoying. 7 of Pentacles. This person is a thief. They're planning on using whatever they have, as a weapon. Could be information. It could be, what does this person have? They're planning on trying to use your own energy against you. They want to deplete you of your resources, and they want the tables to turn and your success. This person's like, why is it not working? Why is it not working? Last year, or I guess now we're in the energy of the horse with the Chinese zodiac, but this person, they could be the Chinese zodiac of a snake, okay? Or a rat, or a dog, or an ox. So whatever this is about, this person, or a dragon, this person is extremely stubborn. Or a monkey. You could be the sign of the rabbit. Let me see. You could be the sign of the tiger. You could be the sign of the horse, the sheep, the rooster. This person could be also a rooster, or the boar. So the energy, the fire, why it's the horse and the fire is because if your year ends in a 6 or 7, that's fire. If your birth year ends in a 4 or a 5, that's wood. If it ends in a 2 or 3, that's water. If it ends in a 0 or a 1, that's metal. And if it's an 8 or a 9, that's earth. So yeah, so it's basically the horse, and then it's fire, because it's ending in a 6 or a 7. Interesting. I feel like this person wants to slither back in to your house and live on your couch, okay? And sell substances or something behind your back. That's what this person is on. Yeah, they want you to take them in and give them shelter. That is not going to be happening. This person needs to get a job, like a real job, not just stealing people's energy and trying to live like this really weird life. This person, first of all, needs to spend time in an actual bed. They need to sleep in a bed. This person, if they've got children, I pity their children. I get that you guys are creating justice for your children. Literally. If you've got children, your kids are protected, and this person trying to steal energy from you and harvest off of you so that they could provide for whatever shit life that they have, unacceptable. Because that's, if you're a mother or father, that's taking finances and resources away from you. That is not going to happen. This little snake needs to seriously turn around and slither itself the fuck out of here, because this is over. They know that it's over. They're just holding on to some type of like delusion of hope that you guys will turn around and be like, oh yeah, I want that back. Like, how no, you guys, whoever this weirdo is, they're so freaking desperate. I'm disgusted. I could not be around this person. And I'm not trying to be judgmental, but that childish behavior annoys me. Your grown ass kids, or your kids that are a little bit older or more mature than this other person. Okay, you need to be careful about who you have around your children, because this person, the way their mentality is, and if you don't have kids, you could have children in the future. That's definitely in the cards. But the way that this person is, they want to come in all randomly and like force you to stop loving your kid or force you to stop giving attention to your family, that type of thing. They want to isolate you and push everybody out of the house to take over your house. That's what this person's dumb bullshit is. That's what their plot is. That's what their thoughts are. They don't want to have to get a job. They don't want to have to work, and they don't want to have to support themselves. They want to be a freeloader and live off of somebody's freaking couch, and then kick you out of your own house and kick your own kid out onto the street. That's the type of shit that this weirdo is on. Knight of Swords. Okay, they could owe the government. They could owe the government like money. They could also have somebody that is after them that was in the military or has a military attitude. Maybe this person's got a family member that was in the military or is military, and they're like, dude, get your shit together. Sir, ma'am, it, they, them, get your stuff together. Let's get the likes up, you guys. Please let me know that you like the video and that this is resonating. So just know there is another energy that's trying to get this person to move on from you and to let you go, but this person doesn't want to let go of your energy. It's your energy. It's not their energy. So it doesn't really matter what this person is attempting to do. This is why you guys are so strong. See how she's closing the mouth of a lion? You have the ability to do that. I also get that somebody is like, shut up, shut up, shut up. Stop talking about me. The fuck? They need to stop coming up in the reading. If God is giving us a warning about this couch potato weirdo, you know, they have somebody else coming in to motivate them to get off their ass and do something with their life. Like anything with their life. Even if it's just self-care, that would be better than nothing. This person has not done anything to benefit their own future. They didn't sow good seeds. They never did a good deed. This person would never think of doing a kindness. This is the type of person that would walk by and take candy from a child or take a toy away from a kid just to see it cry. That's the type of energy that this person is, you know. As Nine of Swords, energy that they're in, being in grief and emotional pain and depressed that they're not with you and blah, blah, blah. This person is depressed that they can no longer steal from you. That is all. That is it, and that is all. And this person knows that they caused you great misery and drained you to the ultimate max. They know what they were doing. Energetically, this person is not stupid, but they're not going to take accountability either. Yeah, this person needs to understand that they have caused you great misery, and so it's not going to be easy for them to get out of this energy or get out of this whatever burdens that they're carrying. They are the fucking burden. I will tell you right now, this person is a walking burden. Okay, they will never help you do a damn thing. If you need like the roof fixed, or you need like like your oil change, I don't know, when you need things to be done, this person will not, they will not even like keep up their licenses and stuff. This person will straight up go get in somebody's car after consuming a bunch of substances and alcohol, and they'll go drive around and not even have a license. Okay. Like they just let it expire. This person is irresponsible. They won't take accountability. There is somebody that's coming in to motivate this person to get the fuck out of bed, go get a job, and become a regular human being. Or I don't even want to say regular, but just become somebody that's being productive in society. Okay. And this person's like, no, it'd be so much easier just to go back to my ex. It would be just so much, instead of having to get a job and actually work for income, it would just be easier to steal. I'm just going to stay on the couch, sell substances on the side, and steal. No, they're not. I mean, it doesn't matter what they do, but you're not going to accept them back. Why go backwards? Especially when this person would literally destroy your life. They would drain you of everything, every resource that you have. This person would take it, okay? And they would use it so that they could continue to be a couch surfing weirdo, all right? They're for the streets. Death. This person, everything that they touch dies. Why are they surprised? But they can't, this is how dumb this person is, how ignorant they are. Everything that they touch dies, but they can't use death in a proactive way to kill these burdens that they're carrying. This person is choosing to be burdened. They're choosing to not heal. They're choosing to be a betrayer. They're choosing to backstab. They're choosing this death energy while you're choosing to be a Nine of Pentacles. You're choosing to stand on your own 2 feet, to stick up for yourself, to love on yourself. God gave you a gift to share with the world. So share it, dance, sing, draw, paint, write, jog, do yoga, do whatever it is that you love. Create, masterpieces, you guys. Don't let this person and their bullshit energy harvesting bullshit again, because they were getting away with this with the energy of the snake, the year of the snake. But now that we're in the year of the horse, that's not going to fly. Sir, ma'am, it, they, them. This is not going to fly for this person. They're not going to be able to just sit on somebody else's couch while, like, this is the type of person that will get with, and I hate to say this, but they will get with, like, anybody that will take them in. They'll target plus size people and people that seemingly it would look like the world doesn't want. And I'm not trying to be rude in any way, but this is what this person does. They're a predator. They target people that don't have self-confidence. I should say that don't have self-confidence. And I'm not saying that plus women don't have self-confidence. I'm just saying this is what this monster is doing. Okay. They are targeting people that are vulnerable in some type of way. And they're trying to get in to live with these vulnerable people to take their resources. And this person has already done this with somebody else. They did that to you when you were vulnerable. Now this person is trying to do it with somebody else. They're currently living on somebody else's couch. And they have to deal with this Knight of Swords energy telling them to get the fuck off the couch, to get out of bed, to stop moping around and groping about their ex, okay? Because that's what this person is doing. They see you over here standing on your own 2 feet, getting justice. Hi, everybody. Welcome coming into the chat. They see you over here doing you, being free, loving yourself, standing on your own 2 feet, being productive, getting justice, being of service. And they're pissed because they feel like, that they should be able to live on your couch, that you should take them back. Why? Don't take this person anywhere. Take this person to the garbage and throw their ass away. That's literally what I would do. This person, everything that they touch dies. They don't have a living situation because nobody is ever going to rent to this person because they don't have they have never established credit, or they have very bad credit, or there won't be anybody that wants to vouch for them. Literally. Yeah, talking about your nephew, 31 and lazings, among other bad habits. Yeah, this person needs to get off their ass and just start doing something productive. Even if it's just cleaning and doing laundry, whatever y'all are doing for this person or whatever you did for them, they don't have that being done for them now. And so they are just sitting around wasting time, basically. 6 of Swords. This person is going to be pulled into some type of lawsuit. They could have been saying that, you're associated with something that has to do with a court case. You have nothing to do with this. You're going to have nothing to do with this person. 6 of Cups. You have pleasant memories with this person. Maybe somebody is trying to say that a baby is yours, or they're trying to act like a baby. This person is like, oh, we have history going back. You used to love me. remember the good times we had? And y'all were like this big or some shit, or they were this big. Okay, no, you're not going to mother this person. They need to stop sucking on mommy's tit and go get a job. Literally find something that they want to do with their life. Sitting on the couch, consuming content and being ungrateful little bitch is not what's going to get them everything that they're asking the universe for and trying to energy harvest. Okay. Six of Cups. Like I said, you have pleasant memories with this person from the past. You could have seen them grown up, or you could love them. Literally. It's like sometimes, there are just certain cases like this where people, they get into an energy of stagnation for whatever reason. Maybe it's the energy of sloth, laziness. I don't know. To me, I would not be able to be just on the couch all the time. That's not something I could do. Okay. I have to be, when I'm not sleeping, I have to be either doing something, even if it's just watching TV, even if I like have a headache and don't feel good enough to be writing at that time or going for a walk. I always want to be doing something that is going to benefit my future and my health mentally and physically. Whether drinking tea, drinking water, smiling, having fun. This person also suffers from a lack of like real relationships. Maybe their relationships are mostly on the internet and not in real person. This person has lost like their ability to be sociable, and yeah, cleansing all the time, cleaning. Exactly. Yeah. He was blind to the use of witchcraft, absolutely. But now you're aware of it. Now you know, and you called your energy back. And this snake, they're gonna get trampled down by that horse. Point blank, period. Wheel of Fortune, because this is your time to shine, you guys. This is your time to be in your destiny, to have what you want, to get a new career, to have things work out for you. If there was an energy of things not working out when they should have been, this person is not going to have things work out when they want them to. And that's just karma. I mean, that's not even anything that you did. You could have just cut this person off and said, enough, you have to go. I'm not going to take care of you anymore. This is over. You're getting a new cycle of good luck, prosperity, abundance, endurance, stability, and being able to be fortunate when other people will not be able to, like for example, when tragedies happen, you will always be taken care of. This destiny and fate card shows me that you're in alignment. If anything were to occur, God, you have to think of it this way. You've made yourself important to the Most High by doing something that pleases God. Probably being a mother, being a father, being a good person, being a contributing to the society in any type of good way. This person has not ever done that. They've not made themselves important to God. So when hard times come, when tragedies do occur, and I'm just going to call them tragedies, but they're divinely planned. Every type of catastrophe is a divine plan. It's a part of a bigger picture. So that bigger picture, this person doesn't have the ability to see it. So when things get hard for everybody else, you guys are still going to be able to strive and thrive. Okay. And so this person sees that and they're wanting to come back in so that they can just live on your couch or have you take care of them and baby them and fix all of their problems. You couldn't fix this person's problems because this person's problems are with themselves. Their biggest issue is with themselves, not with you. Okay? They don't love themselves. That's loving yourself is something like, for me, I had to learn how to love myself. Okay. It did take years. It took time. I was in a very abusive marriage for like 9 years and I got out of that shit. Thank you, God, for that. Okay. Being able to get away from that person. And now I'm okay. I'm doing a lot better, at least when a lot of people fail, people like you and people like me are going to succeed. People who are in alignment, who have done what their requirements are. Being a parent, helping your kid with homework, talking to them, being interested in their lives, being interested in your family and what they have going on. You're not a greedy, selfish, retarded person. This other person is vibrating so low vibrational that it's like you guys are exact opposites of each other. And I do not think that opposites attract. I think that likeness attracts likeness. And so this person has to be a family member, an ex, something, because They they feel entitled to be taken care of, but they're not a princess or a prince, okay? Five of Cups. This person is in deep regret. They are moaning and groaning and saying, you know, oh, I've got a headache, I'm this, I'm that. No, what they actually have going on is that they don't have your energy anymore. That's why this person cannot get out of bed, because you were the basic energy that they were living off of to function on a day-to-day basis. That is why this person is stuck in bed, feeling sick, can't get out of bed, has no stability, because the stability that they had from the past belonged to you, okay? Both emotionally and mentally. This person wants to be a part of your destiny or take it over for you, and they have no ambition. How are they going to do that? How is this person going to be self-sufficient when they won't even go get off their ass to brush their teeth or take a shower? You know what I mean? You keeping this stagnant ass person away from you is so freaking important for you to be in your position, okay? To help other people. Because the thing is that this person, the resources that are given to this person are wasted. They're wasted resources. Not saying that this person, resources given to them are a waste, but this person wastes the resources that are given to them. You do not. If you were given the same resources, the way that this person's been babied, you would have helped a lot of other people out and made a huge impact on the world. That's what this person is not calculating, okay? That they have been given opportunities and they failed at those opportunities. And this person, to be quite honest, they don't want to be an adult. They want to go to Never Never Land and stay a child forever and not have to work, get to run around and sword fight and play all day. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to heal your inner child and play and things like that. I encourage you guys to go to Disneyland, go play with your inner child, go to a museum, go create art, finger paint, whatever it is. I encourage you guys to do that because that's healthy and it's mentally and emotionally healthy. However, I don't encourage staying in a childlike mentality and never becoming your full potential. That's why this person is, you know, there it may come down to whoever they're mooching off of right now, kicking them out and taking them into court, like saying, dude, you have lived here, you've lived on the couch, you owe me a certain amount of money for rent, you haven't paid it. Two of Cups, you still have a soul contract. This person was trying to sever something by literally harassing you. They thought, oh, I'll just energetically backdoor this person, harass them, stalk them, spy on them, you know, I'll just take this money that I'm getting and pay a witch or a warlock to do something to them. And then they'll let me live on their couch and they'll take care of me. And I'll get to stay with them rent free. And whatever little money I get from selling substances or doing other things that are inappropriate, I can just use on myself and sit around and fucking play PlayStation 6 or Xbox 7 or whatever the hell the new thing is, okay? I like this person has brand new trinkets all of the time, and that's all they do is want to play with these trinkets. Hierophant. Yo, this is like a judge energy telling this person that they need to get it together. Living off of you, saying that you are the reason that they are poor is a freaking lie. You are the reason that this person has not had to get a job, okay? They were living off of your energy. Energetically, think about that. How this person was behaving to you, trying to provoke you, bring you to anger and wrath, and trying to make you have to defend yourself. Why would you have to defend yourself ever? This is what I'm saying. You have a soul contract with the universe here. This person, the Five of Swords, was betraying you, trying to set themselves first. They wanted to be preserved in a court of law when it came to stealing something from you. This person was not able to get away with forging your signature on something. They were not able to use your credit card or your bank account to buy something. This person has failed, okay? Their little hacking attempt, failure. If you guys are on the phone and you hear clicking and static and weird sounds, that could be an indication that you could be being monitored. What I suggest you do is do a YouTube search on, what is it? What was it that the video said? It was like ways to find out if your phone is being hacked, and it will give you a set of protocol things to do with your phone or your device, basically. and I did them and they all came back negative, but it goes through the different things on the phone and different settings that we would never look at. And basically it cuts off like things being forwarded to you. It cuts off if anybody else has tried to attach their email address to your phone, if anybody's tried to install spyware or anything like that, like these little tests that they tell you to do, they do work. And so you just do those little tests and then you learn about what the circumstances could be, like the phone cutting out or static or hearing an echoing sound or hearing clicking sounds. Those are all signs of being monitored, okay, by a third party. Eight of Wands. This person, they need to take some type of action to resolve the events. This person is spoiled. They're basically being told no, and they're throwing a big ass fit. They want you to feel guilty because you said no to them. When I made the title for this video, I did not think that this was the energy that would come out, but that's hilarious. This person is like, suffer because you said no to them. Like there's no spirit that's going to make you suffer because you said no to a little tyrant. This is like somebody that just won't take responsibility for themselves as a human being. I don't know how this person's parents fucked up this bad, but they either didn't raise this person at all or they did a horrible job. I don't know how this person could be this way, but it's not your fault. You're not the mama, not the mama. You're not the daddy either. You're not this person's parent. It's not your job to tell them what to do with themselves and to baby them. Three of Swords. This person wants to start an argument with you. You know, they're getting conflicting information as well. This person has made very many mistakes and they won't accept their blame for their part, which is the majority of it. Trying to live. This is reminding me of somebody that I used to know that was literally living off of their parent, didn't want to get a car, didn't want to get a license, didn't want to do shit to help themselves. And anyways, that person had to cut ties with that person because, you know, when this person has done something to betray you in a time that you needed them for something, you could have needed somebody to house sit your cat or take care of something for you. And you could have asked this person and they fucking failed you. Like they were not able to get the task done. That is what I'm getting that they need to accept their blame for and stop trying to use moon magic on you. Stop trying to energy harvest off of you. Okay? And other people. This person needs rehab, you guys. They really do. I'm not a doctor, but I can tell that they're addicted to something. Could be that they're addicted to you. Seven of Swords. This person, there's only one correct answer for them, and it's to stop screwing people over, to stop using and abusing people, and to stop draining people of their resources. This person needs to stop. They're leading their life into a huge disaster that's going to take, you know, more than just a couple of prayers to get out of. Okay, I can tell you that. And don't you dare feel guilty for this person's bullshit. Like you have nothing. They want you to feel guilty. Do not feel guilty. You had to say no so you could preserve your destiny and stand in your truth and fight for what you believe in and achieve the things that you want to achieve while you're here. You're being rewarded for that. You're getting the Wheel of Fortune. This person is getting kicked out. Point blank period. The Sun. You have come to be a light to other people. You've healed that inner child. You have balanced the inner child with the adult mind within yourself. There still may be things that you need to heal with your inner child, but you have balance within. Like this person, the first card, the 10 of Swords in the reverse, talks about how the answer to their problem is going within, not outsourcing to a witch, a warlock, or to you, or to a parent, or to anybody else. This person has used up their get out of jail free cards, you know, and they're not getting to pass go and collect $200 like in Monopoly. They have it on YouTube that, yeah, you guys can look it up literally. Yeah, fabricated a fake marriage certificate. Yeah, I picked that message up a few days ago. This is what this person has been up to. They're like, let me just take that other person's resources and come in and snake them. And it's like, no, you're going to get trampled down, snake. Knight of Cups. This person thinks they're so attractive and romantic and charming. You would be disgusted with this person and their energy. I don't feel like they're attractive. This person wants to invite you or propose something to you. They want to speak to you alone. No, don't even be around this person, you guys. No, I would not trust this person. I feel like they don't have any control over their mind, their emotions, their actions, nothing. Okay. And I definitely wouldn't be giving this person anything to borrow. Nothing. They will go do witchcraft on whatever you give them. Sometimes all you guys need to do to succeed is stop giving to a certain type of person. That's literally all it is for some of you. And if this is somebody's child, I feel very sorry for you. The Hangman in the reverse. Yeah, this person's preoccupied with an internal battle. They can't make sense of the situation because they don't have common sense. They still think that there is some type of way that they can come in and schmooze you and be really charming and trick you. And that is not what's going to happen here. Like, why does this person think that you are stupid? First of all. Secondly, is this giving me the energy of somebody that needs AA or Narcotics Anonymous, or maybe it's NA, I don't know, whatever the things are that people go and they go to meetings. This person needs to go to some type of therapy. I'm just saying AA and NA because that's free. You don't have to pay for that from what I know. And so this person, anytime that anyone tells this person, makes a proposition to them to heal or go to a therapist, this person says, oh, I don't have the money. You don't have to have money to go to AA and get therapy, okay? Literally, or NA, because this person abuses both narcotics and alcohol. The Hangman in the reverse is this person is lacking insight, okay? The pressure from society and others is overwhelming for this person to grow the fuck up. It is. They want to retreat into Never Never Land. Do not rely on logical solutions. The best solution may be unorthodox. Your effort may be wasted on a project, may represent a favorable legal decision. This person is hoping for a favorable legal decision that they're not going to get. And they could be doing this all based upon fraud. This is why I said this person is a professional thief and scammer. That's all they are. They're a thief of joy, a thief of life force energy. They're a thief. And you're over here an abundant person, a Queen of Pentacles, somebody who donates, who gives to others, who's generous, who's caring, who's loving, who's kind, who's respected, dependable. You are like I said, the exact opposite of this other person. This is why they cannot attract you into their reality. They have to gang stalk you and harass you. They cannot even come into your reality because this person is the opposite frequency of you. And you're not really holding this wound of this person anymore. You guys are drawing in new situations, new opportunities, new jobs, new experiences for prosperous abundance, change, and good fortune. The wheel is spinning in your favor and you're getting ready to select a prize. Point blank, period. This person is pissed. They're like, that's not fair. I should be with that person. And this person is possibly living with somebody else. And they're still sitting around saying that they should be with you. They need to get over it, y'all. This person needs to move on. They need to get over it. You're never going to be with them. Whatever infantile situation that you had where you were taking care of this person like they were a baby, that is done. The Magician. There's no magic that this person can brew up or cook up or even pay somebody to do that's ever going to draw you into their reality to be with them. This person is pathetic. You guys have stood on your own 2 feet. You've defended your own energy. You've stood up for yourself. You've said no. You've done everything that you need to do. Now you just need to cut cords and allow spirit to do the rest. Because it's not your job to even worry about what this person has going on, but just know that why they keep popping up in your mind and why they want is because they want to guilt trip you. They want to push on a wound that they still think you have that they didn't know that you went in and healed. Okay? They're wanting to like put salt into a wound and make you feel responsible for them being a couch surfing loser. Okay. The only thing that you're responsible for is enabling this person in the past. You guys are no longer an enabler and they're pissed. And so you're going to deal with that projection energy, but you guys are alchemists. You know what to do when people send you negative energy. You turn it into good energy because you are good energy. This person is the opposite of that. Whatever they were working on in a project, this person has failed. It's not going to be successful. If this person was working on a project when it involves stealing or scamming you, that's a failure. Whatever their creative idea is stupid and nobody likes it, also a failure. Whatever this person was attempting to manifest, big ass failure. They literally need to go within because that's where their answers are. Three of Wands. This person was working on trying to steal your projects and pass them off like they're their own. Nobody would believe this person that the content that you create belongs to them, point blank, period. This person could be trying to take credit for something that you do, saying, oh, I inspired that. Oh, I did this. I did that. Where the fuck was this person when you were struggling? When you were being energy harvested from? Oh, this person was going to see some stupid witch bitch, one that this person was sleeping with. This Queen of Wands energy. This other habitual waster of time. And this is why I'm calling bullshit on this person and everything that they've said. If they loved you, they would not have treated you like this. If this person cared about you and your financial and mental and emotional state of well-being, this person would have never went to go get no desperate ass witchcraft done. They wouldn't have linked up with this witch hoe and cuddled up on their fucking couch and became a permanent couch potato while they sit around. And this person feels like it's acceptable to continue to talk about you to this witch because the reason how this person met this witch, even though they're living on this witch's couch right now, how they met this person could be either a familial relationship, moving in with like family, or this could be literally somebody that sought out a practitioner and stays on their couch every few weeks or whatever. Because like I said, couch surfing. This person doesn't have a permanent home. Wow, these just shot out really, really fast. The star, you guys, I have to cover up her boobies. You guys are the star energy, okay? Even though I know we're all adults here, it's still YouTube has its policies. Even if it's a drawing. But you guys are the star. You have the energy of the star. The card of inspiration, insight, hopes, and dreams for the future. This person knows this. So does this witch. Because this person got this witch to spy on you. You have the energy of the star. You're entering into a period of serenity and peace. There could be a strong love between you and somebody else that's starting to form. Or you could be drawing in somebody, that is going to love you very intensely and very thoroughly. Okay, you will not be left needing or wanting for anything with this person that I see coming in. I also get that your dreams for the future are coming true. And this Ace of Cups, this overflowing cup of love from the universe is 100% yours, you guys. It doesn't belong to this other person. They're walking around acting because they once knew you. Personally, this person is walking around acting literally like they are the chosen beloved one of God. And this person is not favored in any type of way. You are. They're mistaking your favor. Again, they're mistaking that your energy for theirs. Your energy does not belong to them. This person doesn't want to see you make a worldwide impact. They don't want you getting a new job. They don't want you moving because they feel like they need to know where you are every second of every day so that they can pull energy from you. I'm telling you, this is not going to work anymore. However, this person was getting away with doing this, they've been cut off. So I would do a cord cutting ritual. There is a YouTube channel called Steve Noble, SteveNobel, and then type that in YouTube and then type in cord cutting meditation because he's got a lot of really, really good meditations. I use them. They work amazingly. You just need to cut cords with this person and not feel guilty when they want to guilt trip you. You want to know if he will be back or not? Are you kidding? If you would let this person back, this person would want to come back. Okay, I charge $20 super chat for a question. So yeah, if any of you have any personal questions, you can send me a $20 super chat and I will answer your question. Okay, I'll either use this deck of cards or another deck of cards. And I also have another psychic available to me that we both pick up on the same things relatively. Sometimes I'll pick up on one thing, that person will pick up on another thing. But yeah. He's been on a while, exactly. This world, though, this is an opportunity for you to share this love that God has given you, this good luck, this good fortune, this blessing that you are with the world. Literally, this is your time to do this. Four of Swords. This is an ending for these people. I feel like this witch is freaking out because her magic is being sent back to her. And this person is like literally freaking out. They want this other person to get off their couch because they know that something has backfired. I do past life as well. Absolutely. Yeah. I do have Cash App. The link to that is in the description box below. So yeah, this witch is freaking out. They're pretty freaked out because they know that this magic's coming back to them and they want this loser off of their couch. Point blank, period. And I hope this is not a family member that y'all have that's been doing witchcraft, because I get that these two people were teaming up, this Queen of Wands and this Knight of Cups energy. They were teaming up and they wanted to get something out of you, from you, steal something, whatever this is. And again, it's kind of an abstract concept for somebody to, you want past life? Okay, awesome. It's kind of an abstract concept for somebody to want to steal a destiny from somebody else. Like that. That's very abstract to me. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to answer, and thank you for sending that donation to Pete Grace 916. We're going to do past life. I actually do have a past life deck, but I will tell you what I'm picking up. You have had a lifetime in Atlantis, okay? The reason that you're here in this lifetime on this planet has to do with you healing your aura. It has to do with you healing from whatever tragedy went down at Atlantis, because you were one of the there was like either 5 or 6 extraterrestrial groups in ancient Atlantis. And I get that, you know, you were part of like an underwater group. We could say mermaid. We could say like the underwater people. You know how Aquaman, well, what I'm seeing is a mermaid with 2 legs that are individual fish legs, like the Starbucks logo. That's the type of mermaid that I'm seeing. So what I'm getting is that you've had a lifetime. The ones that are coming up right now that are relevant is that you had a lifetime in ancient Atlantis. You were there when the tragedy happened. And so there's something about that you're going to recover in this lifetime. Okay, let's see. I'm also getting that Lemurian lifetime. There was another time that you were here. So it feels to me that you have come back to this planet multiple times to recover something. Like, where is my past life deck? So weird. Okay, here it is. I do have 2 of them, but for some reason, I'm going to have to go down there and get on my hands and knees and look underneath the table to see if anything fell, because I'm literally getting that something did. But we're going to use this deck. So there was a lady, well, she still exists. Her name's Doreen Virtue. Freaking awesome. Okay, she used to create these oracle decks before she became like a radical Christian. She created these decks, and these decks, when I first started doing readings, these decks are some of the ones that I use most of the time. Okay. There it is. Okay, I want to use this one first. This one's called Uncover Your Past Lives Oracle. This is the one that I was looking for, and it was way over there. So yeah, I'm getting that there is definitely something important about you finding out this lifetime who you are spiritually, because You know, you do have gifts and abilities. You have a very deep intuition, very deep intuition. You can usually sense things and you know how to read the room. I feel like, you know, you could have been a high priestess in Atlantis and then at the time of ancient Lemuria. So I'll give you kind of like a timeline. So time is not relative. It's more fluid like water. But we're going to say that Lemuria happened probably before Atlantis. How many hundreds of thousands of years? We're not for sure. Lemurians, the planet was seventh dimensional in ancient Lemuria. Okay, this is important for you to know. You came in as a seventh dimensional nature being at that time. When the tragedy that happened at Lemuria affected the earth went back down to the fifth dimension, and then the time of Atlantis started. Okay, and so at the time of Atlantis, when that tragedy happened, the planet went down to the third dimension. So you're here to recover part of all of these pieces of yourself. You're here to remember. It's something about what you used to do. I feel like if you work with herbs, that's really, really good. If you work with crystals, that's really, really good. If you're drawn to that. Spiritual questioning, investigation. So the first one that I pulled right here is about the location was the Middle East. The death was childbirth. Okay, that's one lesson. I'm getting that there's something to do about you being like a midwife type energy. Walking the middle path was your lesson. Late modern age was the time frame. Your identity was a wife, and you were a widower. Your faith was philosophical. So I get that there was some type of investigation, spying, questioning of authority. Maybe you questioned the authority, spiritual questioning. Okay, there was somebody spying on you in that lifetime. Interesting. You're a truth seeker. It says it right on this card. This is what you're here to do, truth seeker. So you could have been persecuted in that lifetime for being a truth seeker. I get the same thing in Atlantis. Like this is something that your soul does. Okay, this other lifetime, the jungle is the location. The death was an animal attack. The lesson was hubris. Time frame. Okay, you've also, I don't know if you're drawn to the energy of Artemis, but you have been both the female and male version of like the divine hunter. So that's something else that I'm picking up. Adult male and identity. Love was possessive. Faith was baser. Fature, bait. My God, my words. Nature. The religion was nature based. So that's basically what I'm picking up that you're into now. Is spirituality, healing. Yeah, you are a protector of animals. An animal, you could be very drawn to animals. Michael said that you were Artemis. Interesting. Yeah, you know, you guys, the gods and goddesses are positions that people play. A soul will train to become that position, because not all souls want to stay doing the same exact thing forever. Interesting. This next one is about being kidnapped or sold, being an orphan. This location was in Mexico. I'm getting the most important ones are Lemuria and Atlantis, because you're gaining something that you haven't had since those tragedies happened. And all of these other lifetimes came basically after that. So I don't know if there is a wound of abandonment here, or a fear of abandonment that needs to be looked at. I'm also getting that, you know, when it comes to animals, you're very compatible to work in a field with animals. Like if you have pets, pets are really good for you. That's something that you could definitely look into. Okay. Interesting. This next one, I've never seen this card before. This next one is funny that we're talking about enabler. This next one is like domestic V. But I'm getting that this lesson all of these lessons are about learning to love yourself. It's also about your faith was celestial. I get that, the trauma, that's the psychic wounding. Like I was saying, there's something with your aura that you're repairing, okay? And it has to do with, you being from the stars. That's literally what I get. But yeah, if you have gone through any of these cycles of having domestic V in your relationship or having childhood trauma, okay, this is what's coming forward as the things that are going to help you progress. I get that this animal, this when you are a divine hunter, this animal card has to do with your relationship to nature, which I do feel like is really, really good. So yeah, you've had a lot of lifetimes being a male. This next one, I'm getting that, this young male identity, this was the age of Atlantis. Oh my God, yo, it says it right there. Age of Atlantis. And I was saying Aquaman, like Age of Atlantis. Oh my God, that is so freaking crazy. Yes, this was an abuse of technology, the lesson. The accident was death. You were a young male, celibate or asexual. I think that you just were not developed enough to be sexual. Like you were young. Polytheistic faith. Persecution or torture was the trauma. Location was island. Wow. Religious, social, and political. And so what you're healing in your aura is the brainwashing that was done to you in the Age of Atlantis. Interesting. Okay, is there any more that we need to look at with this deck? Yeah, the brainwashing was like, this is why you're a truth seeker, is because you've had your brain washed before. Where people are trying to tell you what the right thing is and what the wrong thing is, and you know in your heart what the truth is. That's why you're devoted to the truth. This is why you're actually seeking and looking in life. I feel like it's a beautiful process. It's a good thing. Yeah, the Atlantean timeline, you were high vibrational, and you were very aware, very psychically aware. I am getting that we need to pull another card here. Asia's another lifetime. Forced conversion, okay. The love was being deceived or being betrayed. Your identity was a grandchild. So a lot of inner child healing that I'm looking at here. Pre-Columbian Americas. Your lesson was prophecy and gifts. I think that the death had to do with I think it had more to do with dehydration. So there could be a wound that has to do with water or food. The trauma is guilty conscience. Yeah. A maritimer. This is somebody that basically works on a ship. You could have been an explorer, an ocean traveler, a lot about the ocean as well that keeps coming up. Interesting. Okay, is there anything, because these past lifetimes are coming through so that you understand, strong with nature and animals, absolutely. So you understand like what needs to be healed, because these patterns, we have had millions and billions of lifetimes. Our higher self has had so many. This next one I'm seeing is the Age of Enlightenment. The lesson was truth and discernment. That's basically what you're here to do. The death was poison. The location was I'm getting more of the Antarctic, not the Arctic, but the Antarctic. The trauma was war. Faith was sacrificial. Polyamorous and polygamous and polyamorous was love. And your identity was a mother in this lifetime. You were a psychic, a high priest, a prophet. Wow. Wow. Okay. Astrologer. You could have been a gypsy-like energy. You've always been very nature-based is what I keep getting. I'm also getting that, you could love water. You could like the ocean. The ocean could be very calming and peaceful for you. So recovering that past knowledge, I still feel like you have the same ability to be this high priestess in this lifetime. You have the biggest fear of the ocean. Wow, but when you're in it, you feel calm. Yeah, connected to it. That's what I definitely get, that you're very connected to the water and to your own emotions. Not everybody is like that. Some people are super disconnected from their own emotions and they don't know why they feel certain things. I feel like you are really good at finding out why you feel something and then you actually do something to change it. I also get that there's a lot of wisdom that you have from these other lifetimes that can be used in this lifetime. Okay, so now we're going to use the Doreen Virtue deck. I think you finding out about the Atlantean lifetime, okay, where the brainwashing happened. This could have been the reptilian takeover. That's what I kind of see with this brainwashing crap. It's like when the reptilians came and they started taking over the planet and they were like, you know, submit to us or we're going to shoot your planet with the planet destroying machine. Basically, the extraterrestrials, which is what you were in that lifetime, you were here. But the vibration of the planet was higher. So you coming back now is so that you can regain everything that you were going to do in that lifetime that was high vibrational. And I feel like you're very connected to animals. And you can read the signs in nature as well, which is a really good thing. I feel like if there is an abandonment wound, it could have to do with just death itself and feeling abandoned. Also, I get that, you know, you've always been a truth seeker. That's why you have the investigation, spiritual questioning, and the high priestess psychic card. You've always been a truth speaker. Look at that, scribe or writer. So there was definitely a lifetime, you know, I'm also seeing ancient Egypt. You could have been an ancient Egyptian scribe. Yeah, that lifetime was male. You were male in that lifetime. Interesting. So I'm going to see what it says about scribe or writer, because that may be important for you to know about for this lifetime, so that you start writing just start writing in general is what I get. You have a hidden talent. But without looking at it like this, probably would be like, you know, writing, that just takes too much time, too much focus. Scribe or writer. All right, so it's already talking about this card that you had a career as a writer or a scribe in a past lifetime. That's what I was literally picking up. Oh, I am reading Pete Grace 916. But these messages are for all of you guys. So pick up what resonates and leave what doesn't. This talks about you may have a desire to write. You have a natural thinking style of someone who can organize thoughts into written word. The fact that you had this discipline to sit down and write in the previous lifetime shows that you can exercise the same trait in this life. If you dream of being published author, this card urges you to pursue that. You could be thinking about writing something, or you could be thinking like, that you want to write a testimony or write a book or write a story. This is like telling you to write. That's what you should be investing in. It says do research on writing and publishing, and more important, write every day. I feel like if you were to keep a journal of your thoughts, that would be something that people would read, literally. Yeah, it says which can be a form of journaling. That's exactly what I was just saying. Writing letters, creative writing, or nonfiction writing. I'm getting a big hit on nonfiction writing, such as blogging or articles. If you have a strong enough desire to be a published author and you're willing to put forth the effort, you can attain your dream. Absolutely. You may end up used to write all the time, but then technology, yeah, oh my gosh. You know, writing could also be typing. So yeah, I would just look into that, because this is an avenue for you to make a lot of money. That's what I'm seeing. Especially if you write with something about your past or what you've been through. Your testimony, how you came to the truth that you know. So just let you know, for those of you that need personal questions, you can send me a $20 super chat and I will answer your question. Asia. I think one of these was talking about Asia. Interesting. So very Buddha-like energy. Yeah. So breaking free of this reptilian ass way of thinking of fight or flight mode is what you came in this lifetime to do. That's what was going on in the Atlantean lifetime. This Asia lifetime, you were like a holy person or a monk. You were also a scribe in that lifetime too. So I'm like literally getting the almost the same verbatim thing that you were doing, but you were very much like into either Zen. Yeah, I would call it like Zen, wisdom, the Tao. That's the energy that I get. The significance of a past life in Asia is influencing your current situation. So you learned group harmony and the sacrificing of individualness, basically, in Asian culture, but the lessons of that lifetime need to be balanced with your current life culture. You could be getting ready to write dreams and just feelings. Yeah, they're intuitions. Absolutely. I'm getting that in this lifetime, it says that it's essential for you to be aware of your inner truth. How many times am I going to say truth? Literally, the investigation, spiritual questioning, spying, truth seeker card, that is totally your energy. You're going to find some like well of wisdom within you, and you're going to be able to write this stuff down. And it's going to help other people, just like whoever created Taoism, that helps people, and Zen. You're also being guided to express your beliefs and feelings openly with your loved ones in order to deepen your relationships. You could have a fascination with Asian culture or you could like to eat rice. It has to do with literally this past lifetime that you had. You lived to be very, very old in this Asian lifetime. It says that your fascination with Asian culture stems from your love and respect for the people that you met in that lifetime. Very humble person, but also very wise and very respected person. It says, consider taking trips to the Easter lands to reconnect with your ancient self. That could also be something that you write about. I get that you really could be a very good food blogger or a very good travel blogger, that type of thing. But I want you to do some introspection and find out what you feel inspired to do and then go towards that. Because now that you know what the traumas are from the past, basically that mind control that was happening in ancient Atlantis, you being a true speaker, you being a high priestess, a psychic, a spiritualist, you having lifetimes being both on the ocean in a ship and in the ocean, and then going through a lifetime of domestic V and being abused as a child. Those are all of the traumas that I'm seeing. And then, of course, the blessing of being somebody that's a good hunter or somebody that is very deeply connected with animals. You could understand how animals feel and give words to that. Trees. Oh, I love it when this card comes out. Such a good energy. You're probably you love trees, literally. Wow. You could feel very calm around trees as well. I really feel like trees can communicate with us. It says this card indicates that you have a special relationship to trees. Absolutely. You could have been a druid as well. The tree energy is a very grounding energy. It's very healing. It says in ancient times, particularly in Celtic and Eastern European cultures, trees were considered sacred. The druids looked to oak trees for prophetic information. High priestess. Interesting. And they use the ingredients of the willow bark for medicine. Your connection to trees have been spiritual, including the ability to receive messages from them. In some cases, these seemingly non-sentient trees are animated by real souls known as tree people. Think about it as like Lord of the Rings, how the Ents walk and they talk. That's what I'm literally seeing. You may have been a tree person or a tree diva in this life or in a prior lifetime. This card asks you to spend more time connecting with trees and healing inner knowledge. It may be a good thing for you to go sit next to a tree when you write. I like literally get that you will get downloads and messages. And anytime that you have any questions for the universe and you need a sign, I would go into a forest, go into a thing of thick trees and make your request because you will be heard. That is what I'm literally being shown. The arts. You could be very attracted to music. You could like to do music. You could like to sing, paint. The arts is like being very creative. I love this energy, you guys. You know, writing back in the day, that was an art. Not everybody was able to have the ability to write or perform. I mean, you have to think of it this way. In the ancient past, they didn't even have school. Like, school didn't come around until way later, after the library of Alexander burnt down. Oh, the arts. It's in the end. I was like, what the hell? Where is it? Okay, so the arts talks about acting, singing, dancing, music, drawing, painting, that type of thing, taking photographs. All of that is stuff is the arts. Music. Did I say? I think I said music. So you have an artistic and a creative talent that desires expression through the writing. That would be a very good to express this artistic talent. You could have written poetry in the past and feel very drawn to poetry. I like the arts and the scribe energy a lot. It says this card comes to you as a sign that you would do well in an occupation relating to the arts. It also indicates that you were involved in the arts in prior lifetimes, which can explain your natural talents in the present. As a prodigy, you have artistic skills that are innate and don't require training or the need to practice. These inherent abilities have been passed down from prior lives, and they're important to explore and give yourself permission to unleash your artistic side. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, you being a creative person is such a blessing. Yeah, it talks about this leading to a lucrative career or a fulfilling vocation or hobby. So take arts and crafts classes and follow your inner guidance about creativity. When you get a spark of divine creativity, follow that confirmation, because it's going to be something that you can actually make money with. Authority figures. Okay, I get that in the past you have had a problem with authority figures, but I also get that you've also been an authority figure in the past. So it says, in your previous lifetimes and current lifetimes, you followed rules that were set down by authority figures such as parents and teachers. You may have also encountered intimidating or even cruel authority figures in the past. You feeling judged by some type of person that you feel like has more power. Yeah, it says that basically perhaps you found yourself in the presence of those who are power hungry or abusive. These situations can lead you to fear authority figures and succumb to their will in the present. While it's normal to sometimes be intimidated by powerful individuals, fearing authority figures can lead to unhealthy passivity. For example, you may feel pressured to bow to another's rules without standing up for your own rights, or you may develop conflict phobias in which you negate your own needs in order to avoid arguments and disharmony. In some cases, this can lead to a form of depression called learned helplessness, in which you don't even try to improve your life. To heal this situation, fill yourself with self-love and self-esteem and see yourself as being whole and healed. Oftentimes, just remembering past life details will lead to you clearing and healing, which is an important thing, especially when it comes to feeling judged. Maybe somebody was judging your art in the past. You could have been somebody that was like created art that was out of this world, and somebody could have been like, oh, that's inappropriate, how religions are. Unrequited love. So this is probably going to be the last card that we pull for this, but unrequited love has to do with you loving somebody and not being loved back, or somebody loving you and not being loved back. And I get that you have both of that. There is a fear of it. It's not like you're actually not loved. I think it's more fear of this than the actual situation. But this did happen in a past lifetime. I feel like this happened in a lifetime when you were a child and you were abducted. You love arts and crafts, you guys. That's awesome. It says this card indicates that you have a painful experience with unrequited love in a prior lifetime. The person you love deeply didn't share your feelings, or you may have betrayed or have been betrayed or abandoned. Again, that abandonment when coming to the forefront. This individual may be in your present life. These experiences of unrequited love may be negatively affecting you now. For example, you might distrust your lover's intentions or his or her ability to make a monogamous commitment. Sometimes those doubts have a basis in current reality. However, romantic insecurities can also be a product of prior lifetimes. When that occurs, the unconscious insecurities are difficult to pinpoint or heal unless they are consciously realized. This is where irrational jealousy and needlessness may actually ruin an otherwise good relationship. Sometimes the best cure is past life regression for couples so that you can both remember the situation that caused you pain in other lives. I feel like this has to do with somebody from the past. Yes, I have a Cash App in the description box below. I'm going to get one more. Atlantis, yo, seriously? This is just like double, triple, quadruple confirmation for you. Oh my gosh, seriously. That is so funny. Wow. That is so funny. Says your lifetime in ancient Atlantis is affecting your current situation. You have soul memories of the idyllic civilization that offered every imaginable wonder. That's what I get about the energy of Atlantis, that technology was too like, it was like extraterrestrial technology. It was just a very advanced, very, very advanced. It says that there's a longing for the utopia that you unconsciously remember and which you know is possible in this world. Your soul also remembers the tragic end of Atlantis, and you may have developed phobias about the ocean as a result. Ding, 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 as to why you feel like the ocean calms you, but then at the same time when you're around it, you feel unsettled. That's what this energy is. It says, although you love the sea, perhaps you prefer not to go swimming or sailing. You also recall how the majority of Atlanteans were peace-loving, with the exception of a few political leaders who misused crystal power to the detriment of all. So you may be extra sensitive to issues relating to political corruption in this lifetime. Oh my gosh, that was so dope. So remember, the ones that are really, really important are the Atlantis one, okay? Working on that. I feel like the High Priestess Prophet one was really important as well. The unrequited love, that's something you've already gone through with somebody from the past. The authority figures, I get that that's something that you still, it talked about that in ancient Atlantis, politicians abusing their power. You are a truth seeker. I feel like you could have an issue with authority figures abusing their power in this lifetime. You know, don't be afraid of authority figures, but at the same time, don't, like how it said, don't bow down and fall into that old pattern, because I feel like you are free to do whatever this is that you want to do. Express yourself divinely. I feel like if you want to make music, whatever this is. If you want to act, sing, dance, be in plays, teach, whatever this is, write. I get a big ding, ding, ding on write. Like that writing, the scribe energy being the first card of the Doreen Virtue deck, I feel like that's very significant. I also feel like the trees is very important, remembering how you are connected to the earth. When you need to get a message or you need to like ground yourself, I would go out and go into trees. When you need a request heard, go into trees. And then remembering your lifetime in Asia and how old you live to be, like you live to be like 102. And that was like unheard of in the past. So you had a lot of wisdom there that you can pull from. You may like want to visit Asia in the future. And then being a scribe or a writer, I would pick that back up. Like if you put it down and just walked away from it, take 5 minutes a day and start writing. Okay, because it's going to benefit you. You'll end up with, as time goes by, you will literally end up with a book. And then these ones, we're talking about a domestic V, a situation in a past life. Okay, we're calling forward our angelic team to heal these past life wounds for us. Being trafficked, kidnapped, or sold as a child was another issue. Working with animals was a lifetime that you had. Okay, and being a hunter. And then being a truth seeker, somebody that asks spiritual questions, that's a spiritual investigator, that's part of your purpose. This ancient Atlantean lifetime where you had to go through, oh, it's upside down. You had to go through the brainwashing. I feel like that is important to uncover. And then the High Priestess lifetime, knowing that you had that lifetime, and the lifetime where another reason why you could feel unsettled by the ocean, but very calm on it, is because you had a lifetime on a ship, being like somebody that helps run a ship. I forget what it called, like a maritimer. So those are the main ones that are coming forward for you to work on and to heal. And it's funny how, like, well, it's not funny, but it's like just so interesting to me how those cards were reflecting what these other cards were saying. And so the abandonment thing came up a couple times. Atlantis came out twice. And so those are like the main ones that I feel. And then you being a scribe in ancient Egypt, I also picked up on that. So that's some things for you to think about. When it comes to what you want to do with this lifetime and how you're going to heal. All right. Okay, you guys, thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. I appreciate you guys for spending your time here with me. Thank you, Peter, for donating. I hope you enjoyed the reading. That was so fun. Okay, so I'm going to talk about 2 books. The first book is called The Truth of God. For me, I've always been psychic, but this book is a game changer. It really changed my life. Also, I have another platform called the Psychic Tarot Angel Oracle, just to let y'all know. So this book has 3 techniques in it that I use every day. The first technique, I mean, it's got so many others, but the 3 main ones that will change your life are the God technique, which raises you out of your ego into looking out through the eyes of source, so you can see things from a bigger picture through the lens of love, joy, and peace. And then the mind technique gives you the ability to use the mind like a tool, so that you can select the beliefs that are no longer serving you, so that you can get rid of them and clear them out and not keep pulling in the same situations because you're holding on to a belief about something. And then the other one is the joy versus anger technique. And I tell you what, before I learned the joy versus anger technique, I was using pendulums and muscle testing, and I would get incorrect answers with that every once in a while. The joy versus anger technique develops a yes and no answering system with higher self, God, source, so that you can be asking immediate questions. When I'm doing these readings, I am asking, when I see something and I'm like, okay, what does this mean? I'm asking questions and I'm getting immediate confirmations back, so that I don't have to like say a prayer, then go wait for a response or look for an angel number or try to find confirmation. This book develops you. It's an intuitive workbook, but these techniques will work for you. You do not have to be psychic to be able to use the techniques in this book. And it talks about frequency, energy ball, astral projection, all of this stuff, the plant and mineral kingdom. Yeah. And you basically understand yourself as God, as source, that loving, always unconditionally loving, compassionate, graceful energy. And so, yeah, the techniques in this book will change your life, you guys. The links to that are in the chat. Or not in the chat, the description box below. The second book is the book that I've written. It's called Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. And it's got different tarot card spreads for each of the major arcana cards. The major arcana cards are like the sun, the moon, the devil card, the high priestess, the empress, the star, the wheel of fortune, the tower, the justice. So those are the death, those are the major transitions that we go through in life, okay? So I have written a book, and this book, I just opened it randomly, but I opened it to the Lover's Tarot card spread. So I'm going to read position 3. It says the card that you pull for this position, and what you'll need for this book is the original Rider-Waite Tarot deck. I would get the one that has the descriptions on it, because that is just a helpful tool when you're learning to read the tarot, the system of tarot. So it says that the position 3, the right hand of the cherubim, the card for this position represents one's greatest virtue. Okay, so what your virtue is, basically. A virtue is like a blessing that you give others that you are. That's like what I get, that you're using to help, okay? So it could be an ability, it could be a talent, it could be a skill, it could be a little bit of information or wisdom that you possess. Okay, so I'm literally looking for the Lover's card because I have written these tarot card spreads for everything that is on the deck, on the picture. Okay, the cherubim, the right hand of the cherubim on this picture, that's its own card position. So I said this could be kind gestures along with charity work. Okay, interesting. along with charity work. If you are a humanitarian, that could be revealed in the card for this position. If you have any virtues that are passed down from either an ancestor or an angel of love, you may pick up on that in the card that you read for this position. Then position 4, woman, Lilith, or Eve. The card placement will reveal your connection to the planet Venus. This card shows your compatibility with your divine feminine goddess self. The first woman, Lilith, was created from the earth at the same time as Adam, her twin flame. This card placement can reveal how connected you are to either Lilith or Eve. Eve was the soulmate that God created for Adam when Lilith recited the secret name of God, grew wings, and flew away from the Garden of Eden. How innocent and naive you are will show in the card that you pull for this spot. If you have any mother wounds, that could be revealed to you in the card for this position. If you pull the Empress card for this position, you will know that you are a child of Lilith and Adam. If you pull the Lover's card for this position, you are a child of Eve and Adam. This card position can reveal to you how aligned you are with the Lilith moon astrological placement. If you don't know about Lilith moon in your birth chart, it's where the dark divine feminine is. That would be a really good place to see where it's placed at in your birth chart. Okay, so you're getting the vibe, the different positions that are actually on the card, okay? And then the Lover's spell. So the tarot card Lover's spell is to draw love into one's life. So you'll say this divine, you'll work with the Lover's card, and then you'll work with a couple of other elements, like a piece of chocolate, dark chocolate, 2 pieces of blank paper. You'll do this little ritual. You'll say, I invoke, draw in, and evoke, draw out the higher energies of the cherubim of love into my divine soul love contract. I ask that the cherubim of love bless me with my divine partner. I call in the highest love and light of the source goddess creator being, my highest self, to engage lovingly with me in my twin flame divine union, ascension plan, or soulmate love contract. I choose to align with my highest truth and purpose and fulfill the intentions for a loving union that the divine has for me. So yeah, then you'll just follow the instructions, and that will help you integrate the archetypal energy of the major arcana cards, which is the big transitions. Then in the back of the book, when you're doing your own readings, like you may pull out a couple different, when you're doing your own readings, you could pull out a combination of cards and be like, what does that mean? I have a whole compendium of knowledge going through each of the major arcana combinations and the different combinations that they could be combined with and what that could mean. So anytime that you see the Hangman card, you will know that you're dealing with a sacrifice or a martyr. If the Hangman comes before the major arcana card, it means that something was sacrificed to obtain whatever the subject of the major arcana card is. So anytime that the Hangman comes before any of the other major arcana cards, it could be that something had to be sacrificed to attain that. If the Hangman card comes out after the major arcana card, it could indicate that a sacrifice needs to be made for things to shift. And welcome in, Linda Fleming. It also says like that it could also warn of unlawful persecution of someone and someone who is wanting to sacrifice you for your energy. If you pull the Hangman card in the reverse, it could indicate that somebody lacks insight into your true issue. So it keeps going on with all of the different card combinations. The Hangman card in the reverse could indicate someone lacks insight into the true issue. You cannot see the higher picture because you lack important information. It can also mean that you're overwhelmed by pressures that exist in society. When you pull the Hangman card in the reverse, it could indicate that a sacrifice or offering that was made to the spiritual realm was rejected and has been rebuked. If you pull the Hangman in the reverse, it indicates that all efforts, time, and energy was wasted on a project. So in the back, it's just got all of these different card combinations so that if you pull, and when you do these readings for yourself and you do these different tarot card spreads and you work through the book, I would take a picture of your reading, you guys. Literally, I would take a picture of your reading because you're going to be able to and journal, write down all of the things that you pick up or record it and then go back later and look at it again because you're going to pick up so much more information. By getting this book, The Truth of God, you're going to develop your intuition so that when you are pulling cards for yourself, you can move beyond limiting self-doubts and it'll be so much easier to read for yourself. Because I, for one, know how difficult it can be to pull cards for oneself when you're wanting to see a certain situation and you're looking for one thing, but you're completely missing something else. And so that's why I wrote the Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. And I work with the Ars Goetia Spirit, Visago, and the Most High God and the Holy Spirit to design something that will help you psychologically and will also help you when you are wanting to seek for answers. Okay, so the links to these books are in the description box below. Invest in yourself, you guys. Get yourself a copy. All you need to start working the Visago book is the original Rider-Waite Tarot deck, and it's fairly cheap online. I would invest in getting the one that's got the words on them. That way you can start learning all of the cards. And that way, when the energies come out and present themselves, then you can basically pick up on that and you'll know what the cards mean and what the messages are saying. Okay. All right, you guys. The first book is called The Truth of God by Michael Steadman. Yeah, it's called The Truth of God, Advanced Intuitive Living by Michael Steadman. The link to that is the first link that you'll see in the description box below. And then the link to this book is like a little bit further down. And yeah. All right, you guys. I love you so much. I love you so much. I'm going to be heading to my other platform, the Psychic Tarot Angel Oracle. If any of you want to follow me over there, I will be over there. I love you guys so much. Peace be with you. Have a wonderful evening. For those of you that are going to go do something, have fun, you guys. Be peaceful. Be good. I know that you guys can like the video. Thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your subscribes, your donations. All of that keeps this platform alive. I love you guys, and God is so grateful for you. Remember to watch all of the readings at your leisure, because you'll be picking up major pieces of information that you can integrate. And so literally, these readings will help you guys. I love you guys, and I'm so grateful for being here with you. Okay, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye. God bless you guys.